I've never seen God show up in one place more times than I have this weekend. And that's saying a lot. I grew up in the church. I've been to many retreats. I've been to many events where I felt God was present, but this is different.
The realization that a man's not defined by his circumstances, a man's not defined by what other people think about him, a man's not defined by what he's going through, but he's defined by who he is, his true identity. And knowing that really unlocks the idea of being hopeful. It unlocks the idea of actually being able to really believe that there's such a thing as dreaming again. And for me, that's what's critical, to be able to move forward with freedom and to be able to be creative again and move really in the calling that I think God has on my life.
And what's been most impactful for me here at Braveheart is some of the very effective tools that through these workshops and assignments that we do that I've now been equipped with to go back into the world with my true calling, my true identity, really rooted in God and who I am, to be able to carry out my mission, effectively fight against the enemy.
What I really took away from this was opening up a whole nother area that I really hadn't exposed myself to, that I've not felt ever before in any other workshops or retreats or whatever searching. But it comes from the intensity here and the realness of it here. And I really felt God working in me to be the man that I need to be to represent God while I am here.
I think the most impactful takeaway for me as I'm going back home is the realization that yesterday's fears, um, the tendency basically to shrink back to what it's like to be courageous, not in the job setting, not necessarily just in the family setting, but in the relational setting, the day-to-day setting, walking forth and being the man that I think God has called me to be. That's a different man. And I want to lean into that. I'm excited to see what the Lord's going to do.
Well, that's a hard question because there's a lot of big takeaways. I've never had a mission statement, right? I mean, it sounds kind of crazy that we go through life without actually knowing what our mission is. But I would say that most of us don't. I didn't. So now I have a mission statement. It's like on a map, how do you reach your destination if you don't know where you're going? For me, a mission statement is is the destination on the map that I can now start to focus on and prepare for. And so there's this journey that's next that I'm super excited for. So I'd say the biggest impact for me was walking away from this with a mission statement.
And I was just thinking to myself, God, what do I have to do now? What do I have to do to, really effectively implement all this? And I felt God just kind of stop me and say, don't do, just be. And that's what's definitely been one of my biggest takeaways is it's not what I need to do to be more like myself. I just need to be myself. And if I'm rooted in God, if I'm really myself, then I can effectively do what He's called me to do.
Biggest impact for me as I take this back home is to step up to be the man that I'm called to be in the leadership of my community with the men's group that I facilitate, to be the leader, the spiritual leader in my home at the level that I need to resonate at the level 10, to be at the maximum level at all times. And I'm equipped for that through this Braveheart Intensive.
for the guy who's looking at Braveheart and wondering if it's for them, if it's a good fit for them, I would just encourage him that I don't know a man that doesn't care deeply about his identity, but I know a lot of men who don't know their identity. I know a lot of men that know what they do and they do it well, but they don't know what they're necessarily designed to do. And the fact that not only do they have a calling upon their life from God, they have an innate calling from inside. They were created to be a great man. I think every man wants to be that.
I feel like would be a great experience for them to get to that next level of where I think God wants them to go. But the struggles are equal to the to my faith walk. Really, it's because I just wasn't focused. So I would say to that person, this is a place where God is present and can really change and impact your walk, your path, your journey. That would eventually impact your family, your spouse, your children, your brothers, the people in your sphere.
Yeah, to the person on the outside looking in who's curious, maybe trying to decide if they want to do Braveheart or not, I would say do it. Definitely do it. It has been, I can already tell, a turning point for me in the trajectory of my life. I won't lie, myself, many of my other brothers included, we all came in with little bit of doubt. Is this really going to be for me? Is this going to work? But I can definitely say that, not that it didn't answer my questions, but it turned my questions on their head completely. It was nothing like what I was expecting, and I got more out of it that I didn't even know I was going to need. It effectively, again, it equipped me, and really excited to get back into the world and let other people know about it and how great it's been.
What I'd say, if you're considering Braveheart or contemplating coming here, it is intense. And like they told me before I came here, you get out of it what you put into it. And when you give your whole heart, soul, mind, spirit to this experience, I have to say personally, you come away from this experience on fire for God, knowing who you are in God and how you can impact our communities, our homes, and even greater than that. And the glory goes to God through you representing God in us.